It's a Black Girl production.
Hey DBGs, it's another Black Girl production from your girl Tayannaa here on Dear Black Girls YouTube. As you guys can see, I saved my face once again because your girl had to, I was heartbroken or whatever, and I had to realize who I was. But yeah, guys. So guys, today I'm coming with a video for seniors or anybody who's applying to college. So I have these tips right here on my planner, and I'm just gonna share some tips because I've always wanted to do this video, but I guess now, since like I'm in the process of applying to colleges too, I feel like this is the best time to do it. I'm sorry if you hear crying in the background. That's my baby brother. I don't know why my parents aren't helping him out, but yeah. So yeah guys, so my first tip is very important, and it's something that I wish I did when I first started applying to schools, and that is to visit the schools that you apply to, that you're like strongly considering. Me, I did not do that. I mean, I went to DC plenty of times before I went to Howard, but I never decided to tour Howard, which is something I really wish I did because I probably would have changed my decision. But yeah guys, make sure you tour your camp. You want to tour at least your top 3 choices because you want to make sure those are schools you really want to apply to, go to, schools that you see yourself in, that you'll be comfortable in. So guys, let's get into applying. So many people use the Common App, and that's basically a website used to help students apply to colleges, fast and easy. And basically what you do is you fill out all of your information, about where you live, your family, your education, and your SAT scores, your grades, the classes you took in high school or in college. And when you fill out the Common App, you want to make sure that everything is done correctly, of course, and you also want to make sure that everything is true and that you are being yourself, because colleges, that's what they look for. They look for people who are being themselves, not for people who are faking or lying just to get into that college. So guys, another big tip I have for you: when you go on the Common App, you will see a field that says activities, basically the activities you participate in. And my advice to you is to fill that activity list up. They give you many of options, different types of clubs or activities. Like I remember well, when I filled it out recently, it says, like, do you babysit? Do you have at-home duties like chores and stuff like that? So simple stuff like that is still important to add. And if you participated in any clubs or anything like that all throughout high school, even from your freshman year, you could still put that in. I remember I was in drama club for like a month, I think, because they stopped doing that at my school for some reason. But I was in drama club for like a month, and I still put that on my application because it was in my sophomore year, so I was still in high school, and it was still a club. So whatever you did all 4 years of high school, whether it's community service or anything like that, I even put on my application that I do YouTube. So yeah, anything you do, just put it. So anything you do, just put it on there, and you want to make sure that they're activities that colleges would be impressed with, not just anything like, I don't know, but just make sure it's something that makes you stick out. And another great way to stick out is through your essay. So for the essay, there's 5 topics that you can write about. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but I will tell you guys about my essay and what I did to stand out. So my essay, I chose this topic that was like challenge a belief or idea and describe how it changed you. So basically what I did was I took that topic and I decided to write about religion. Now, if you guys would like additional tips on the essay, or if you would like to read my essay, just email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But basically, guys, my essay was about me challenging my religion. That's what I decided to write about. I decided to write about a time where I just lost all hope and just felt like, God didn't care about me anymore and stuff like that, and how I changed my perspective. And I guess some people would say I was being a little dramatic. Like in the end, I was saying all this stuff like I want to help the world become a better place. I want to make sure that when I die I go to heaven. But to me that wasn't dramatic, and I feel like that really made me stand out from all the other applicants. Another important thing for your essay, you want to make sure that you're being yourself completely, that you have to, for the essay, it's not really about like your grades and stuff like that, because they already see that. For your essay, it has to be something more personal, something like an experience or something like that that you can share with them so that they connect with you, the admissions counselor connects with you on a more personal level, so that they see like your true self. That's the main important part of the essay, that you're showing them your true self so that they get to know you and you show them why you're better than the other people applying to that school. The next thing I'm going to talk about is SAT scores. Now, I know for me, it was mandatory for me to take the SAT, and when I first took it, my score wasn't that high. I got an 1140, so I got a 530 on the reading, a 610 on the math, and what I can say is that you don't have to take it again, but many people will advise you to take it again just to see if you could get, 10 points more, 1,000 points more, like whatever it may be in your case. But it's important to take the SAT or the ACT depending on where you live. The SAT, ACT, they've become important factors, I would say, in applying to schools, but it's not the most important factor. I would say that you shouldn't base your college search on your SAT scores. I wouldn't say, because there's always like cases where they might say, oh, you have a low SAT score, but we're still going to take you in because we see that you have great potential. But when you apply to schools, you want to make sure that you send and submit your SAT scores on time before the deadline, because you don't want to be late, because it will push your application back in the bottom of the pile, and you don't want that to happen because you want to get into that school. Speaking of deadlines, guys, even for your applications, you want them to be on time, at least a week in before the final deadline, because you don't want to be the last one to submit, because you would be the last person they look at, maybe. But you guys make sure that you do it on time or do it early. For me, I've been applying for because it's October right now, so I've been applying to college. I started applying to colleges already, but since it's October, it's early. I've been applying for early action. Let me tell you guys the difference between early decision, early action, and regular decision. So early decision is when you apply to a college and you know for sure that that's the college you're going to, no ands, if, or buts, and you're only applying to that college. So you apply to that college for early decision, and they will let you know before Christmas, I believe, and usually the deadline is like November 1st or the beginning of November, and that's early decision, and they will give you the decision and you would have to go to that school, no ands, ifs, or buts. Early action is when you apply and you're applying to other schools as well, but you apply by early November, and you still have options. You just find out early. Regular decision is when they tell you in early spring, but you could still apply to other schools and go to other schools. So guys, my last tip is to apply for scholarships. This is something I wish I did last year, which I really didn't do. I don't know what I was thinking, but scholarships would really help you when you apply to colleges and when you need to pay for colleges, especially if you apply into those private schools, those HBCUs. You're going to need scholarships to help you through it all, because those $40,000 tuition and fees, oh no, that's way too much. Unless you're rich. If you're rich, you got it. That's you. But I know I'm not rich. So scholarships will really help, and you want to make sure throughout the whole process, you just want to be honest and truthful and be yourself and put your all into it. Put all of your effort into it, because if you really want to go to college, if you really think college is for you and you know exactly what you want to do, you want to pursue your goals, your dreams, you want to be yourself, and you want to put in all the effort that you can. So yeah, guys, those are my tips. If I could say anything else, it would just be what I've been saying. Like, be yourself, put your all into your applications, and make sure you apply to schools that you would really see yourself at, that you know for sure, like, that's where you want to go. I've been applying to a few schools. So far, I applied to the university here where I live. I applied to also another state university. I live in Connecticut, so I applied to UConn. I've applied to Clark Atlanta. I don't know, just to see. I applied to Spelman because they did email me. So yeah, I applied there. I also applied to another college where I live, a state school. It's a private institution. But yeah, guys, I'm still looking because I want to apply to a lot of schools. Last year, I got accepted into about 10 schools. I forgot all of them. Let me just list them. I got accepted into UConn Stanford. That's where I live. I got accepted into Howard, and that's where I went. And you guys know I left. And I applied to, let me think. Howard, UConn Stanford. I got accepted into the University of Maine. I got accepted into a college in Maryland. I forgot what it was called. It was Washington College in Maryland. I got accepted into West Virginia College. Actually, West Virginia University. Sorry. What else? Sorry, guys. I'm still sick. It was Howard, West Virginia, UConn, Southern. Yeah, I got accepted into Southern. Southern Connecticut, not Southern State. Southern Connecticut, UMaine. Y'all, I forgot the other ones, but those are the colleges I got accepted into. So it's not like I didn't have options. I just chose Howard. And, you know, now I kind of regret it, but I'm going to try it all over again. And because I went through it all last year, it's not as hard as it was last year. So that's why I made this video, because I know it's very stressful applying to colleges for the first time, going through the essay, the FAFSA, and all that. That's another thing. When you do FAFSA, you want to make sure you get it done on time. You want to make sure everything is correct. Those deadlines are harsh, those deadlines are crazy, and they will have you think you have everything done when really you need to submit an extra worksheet or something like that. That's what Howard did to me. And just make sure that you do everything on time. That's so important. Make sure everything is on time, because if it's not, they're not going to consider you right away. They're going to accept other people before you, and that's something you don't want to happen, especially if it's your dreams. But yeah, guys, those are my tips, and good luck to you on your college search and getting accepted. And I hope you guys wish me the same. Bye.